Hey, it's Will from Too Much Gaming, and I'm here with Mr. Iain Garner from Another Indie Game Publishers. How are you, sir?
I'm fine. How are you?
Very good, and you're here today at ESGS. Well, for the past 3 days, rather, with your game Lost Castle. Tell us, for the audience at home, tell us a little bit about the game and what got you guys to develop this game in particular, like this style of game, and so on.
Okay. So Lost Castle's an action roguelike game set in a fantasy universe in which a single castle has been invaded by demonic entities from another universe. You take on the role of a treasure hunter, fighting your way through this to achieve glory and riches. The game's inspiration basically came from the developers, who are three Chinese guys fresh out of graduate school, who wanted to make a game that wasn't free to play. China's predominantly a free-to-play market, and they said, we don't want to do another free-to-play game. We're going to make a game that we like. So they took like all of these features from all of their favorite games, and they just crammed them together. They met this amazing artist, and they have this hand-drawn art style. So the whole thing just came together out of like a genuine love of games. Like when I first met the Lost Castle guys, the three developers, they told me they wanted to sell 8,000 copies. If they could sell 8,000 copies, they'd be happy. To date, we've sold 220,000 copies. Wow. So it's like a success that just blows all of our minds.
Yeah, 220. Yeah, as you mentioned, you've sold that many, and unlike a lot of the games there, this one's actually out already in the wild. But I want to know, like, you've had it here for 3 days. How has the local reception here been for you? Like, what has the reaction been from people who've sat down and tried the game out? How's that been so far?
Amazing. Honestly, people seem to really like the game. This is the first time we've ever done it where people can actually buy the game at the booth. And I think about like 30% of all the people who try the game have actually bought the game straight there and then. And a whole bunch of others have said that they're going to get it when they get home. Right. So you can't ask for more than that. Like, you just can't. Like, people are liking the game. People are playing the game. People are like coming back with their friends and getting their friends to play the game. It's just awesome.
All right. So this game is more or less complete. Are there any future plans for maybe downloadable content or maybe a brand new game altogether in the future for you guys?
So for Lost Castle, we're beginning to shift focus and go on to our console launch. Right. We're hoping to be on PS4, Xbox One, and fingers crossed Nintendo Switch in March. However, we're doing pretty regular content updates with like more weapons and some more armor and some more, just stuff to like keep people who are playing the game interested. But we don't have any like big DLC plans or anything. We're quite happy with the amount of money the game has made. So I don't think we're going to be going down the DLC route anytime soon. Obviously, you never say never, and maybe in 6 months we'll think, sod it, we're going to have, Lost Castle Expanded Edition or something. But right now, I think we're happy with where the game is, and we're doing a few like updates and tweaks and adding a few different things. But the game is gold, so we're quite happy with that.
Great. So moving away a little bit from Lost Castle, I wanted to ask you a bit about your company, Another Indie. You guys are game publishers.
Correct.
So what made you guys want to get into this business? And I guess just from the name, focusing on these indie developers from around the world. Like, tell me a bit about the company.
So the inspiration came from a group of people. We were all living in China. We're all doing different things in China. I was a teacher. My friend was a bicycle warehouse manager. Another dude was doing wine import and export. But one thing that bound us all together was our absolute love of games. And I ran a small website, howgamers.com, and we were always like writing about Asian indies and indies in Asia. And through that, I kind of got like a good vibe about what was happening both in China and in Asia as a whole. And these other guys really wanted to get involved, so we just kind of said, screw it. And we did it. So we leveraged our own like unique expertises. Our CEO is really good at like organization and management and keeping people on task. Our Chinese boss, Wax, is amazing at getting us in rooms with people. And I'm really good at talking. So we sort of like, we got all those three things together, and then we just started bringing games from the West into China. So we had a few like small successes bringing games into China. We proved that it was a market that could be used. And then after that, we decided we wanted to go to stage 2, which was to start bringing Chinese games out of China. And Lost Castle is our first example of our first worldwide game, where we're the publisher worldwide as opposed to just in one region. And that's where we're hoping to keep going. We want to push through that. We're expanding into Russia, hopefully India. What we're planning on doing there is very much what we did with China, which is start by bringing games into those countries and start by finding games in those countries that need to get. And our focus is really like what we've always said is that we don't think that geography or language should get in the way of people enjoying games. And that's gotten a lot easier recently with Steam doing regional pricing. Like suddenly people who were like totally priced out of games before are no longer priced out of games. And like our business model has, exploded because of that. And we're doing really well, and it's coming together really nicely, and we're just happy to be a part of it. And at the moment, I feel like we're a force for good, which for a publisher seems to be pretty unique. And that feels good. I feel like we're doing good work, and I feel like the developers we're working with are happy with how everything's going, and it feels like we're in good partnerships with good people. And I'm just really happy. We're working with some amazing Chinese companies like XD, who are also doing a lot of really cool stuff with indies in China. So it's just nice to be part of this like amazing push towards indies.
Right. So you mentioned Russia, you mentioned India, China, of course. How about the Philippines? Any plans there for you guys?
We have lots and lots of friends in the Philippines. What I would say about the Philippines is that they almost don't need us. You guys all speak English, and you have amazing connections, and you have amazing games coming out all the time. You have Barry Silvestri, who keeps bringing out amazing mobile titles, and is now pushing into Steam with some pretty cool stuff. You have the Squeaky Wheels guys who are bringing out Political Animals and doing an amazing job with that. So we would love to do lots of work with the Philippines, but you guys are doing pretty good. Like the way we're doing it at the moment is we're almost like we're fitting into gaps, and we're providing services that people don't have, things like localization, marketing, PR. And if there's one thing that the Filipinos are amazing at, it is talking and spreading their own word. So honestly, we'd love to do work with you guys, but if you guys don't need us, we're just happy to sit back and watch and join the party.
Yeah, I guess it's a good problem to have. Yeah. So, all right. So, thank you so much for that. Tell us. So, just let us. Can you let the viewers know where we can check out your, more stuff from you guys, AnotherIndie, of course, and of course for the game. Where can they get it?
So the game is available here at ESGS for 250 pesos. That's a very special deal just for ESGS. Yeah. It's available on Steam all the time for 320 pesos. We have no big plans to go into sales anytime soon. And I keep telling people, like, sales are nice. We all love a deal. But if a game is quite cheap, it's maybe worth supporting the developer. Yeah. Maybe. Up to yourself, but maybe. So every little helps. You can check out more from us and what we're doing at AnotherIndie.com or on our Twitter, AnotherIndies. Or you can check out myself. I'm at Memnock87, and you can follow me. And yeah, that's pretty much everything.
All right. Iain Garner from AnotherIndie, thank you so much for your time, sir.
Yeah, you too.